Well, hello there, spurious souls. Slide into your velvet armchairs, pour a cup of scandal, and let's spill the steamy tea from the scandal-sodden streets of Spurious Ville, where a hush-hush suburb meets Game of Thrones machinations. Our latest juicy tale? None other than the tragic downfall of Andy Cook, the wayward scion of stern, unflinching FBI agent John Cook, a man about as cuddly as Tywin Lannister, yet twice as unforgiving. Spurious Ville's founder's fiasco. Picture it, Spurious Ville, daisies in bloom, birds chirping, secrets lurking behind every picket fence. At the annual Founders Gala, Andy makes his grand debuts, tucks askew, grin devilish, and eyes wild. Rumor has it he swaggered up to Mrs. Mayor and purred, "I've got the juiciest scoop on the town," before vanishing into the punch bowl. Gadzooks. Much like young Tyrion bound for Casterly Rock, promised glory, but weighed down by too many secrets, Andy was a delightfully dangerous cocktail of charm and chaos. The confession fit to freeze hearts. The real drama began off camera, 2 years earlier, in January 1995, when college sweethearts were found executed at Lake Juliet. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation zeroed in on a suspect, none other than our Andy. Figures, right? Come December 4, 1996, John Cook, a pillar of law and order, gets a midnight call, "Daddy, you're one of them, you're a cop." That admission sent shockwaves through Spurious Ville. Andy confessed to being present and pulling the trigger, right to Father Dearest himself. When asked why he'd murdered 2 young lovers, Andy Cook didn't weep or plead, he delivered a chilling admission. According to testimony from a friend, it was a cold, experimentally cruel confession, utterly devoid of remorse, which ultimately helped seal his fate. The next day, in a twist worthy of a Westerosi twist, Andy handed himself in, escorted by his own father. Picture that, Tywin Cook dragging an errant heir before the kingdom, courtroom, to uphold the family. As The Independent wrote, Agent Cook felt like the world crashed in on me. Oh, darling, lean in close, because this is the most spine-chilling bit of Spurious Ville lore yet. When John Cook, our very own Tywin Lannister of the FBI, leaned across the sterile interrogation table, voice trembling with paternal dread, and demanded, "Son, why did you kill the young lovers?" Andy Cook didn't clutch his head in anguish, gasp for forgiveness, or mumble a desperate plea. No. Instead, in a tone as frosty as a Lannister banquet hall, he confessed bluntly, "I did it to see if I could do it and get away with it." That's it. Cold, clinical, and chilling. Witness testimony at the 1998 trial revealed this devastating admission, told by a coworker who'd pressed the question after Andy dropped the bombshell that he'd killed someone with an R15. The man smirked, apparently amused by his own confession, utterly devoid of remorse, devoid of rational motive, and dripping with a callous arrogance that would make even Tywin's icy glare seem warm. This stunt, murder not out of rage or passion, but sheer curiosity and bravado, sealed his fate in that hushed courtroom. "Can I do it?" he dared. "Can I get away?" he tested. And oh, how he didn't. Tywin Lannister once said, "A father's justice is absolute." Yet even the sternest father can stand aghast when his heir admits murder as though flipping a coin. It was this confession, utterly hollow yet horrifying, that crystallized Andy's downfall. No redemption. No remorse. Just one of the most grotesquely calculating why we've ever heard. So, as you sip your scandal-scented tea, remember, some questions are never meant to be answered, especially when the answer is as chilling as a Lannister's look. Courtroom collision. Father versus son. Flash forward to March 1998. The courthouse is charged with tension. John takes the stand, heart pounding, voice trembling, tears streaming as the star prosecution witness. He didn't just break his own heart, he offered it as proof. In a saga fit for Lannister drama, Andy was convicted, on 2 counts of first-degree murder, and the jury didn't waste a breath recommending death. Judge Caldwell, himself shaken, labeled the slayings most senseless he'd ever seen. Verdict and vengeance, a villain's final act. Georgia's Supreme Court upheld the verdict in March 1999. Then came years of appeals, interim stays, final denials, and on February 21, 2013, Andy Cook took his last breaths at 11:22 p.m. In his final words, he apologized to the victims' families, and, heartbreakingly, to his own. Spurious Ville's after-party and Tywin notes. In the smoky parlors and gossip circles, folks whispered, "Well, Tywin Cook didn't just disapprove, he convicted." Compare that to Tywin Lannister's icy decree, "A father's justice is absolute." Only here, in Spurious Ville, the judgment was televised, scrutinized, scandalized, etched into local legend. And amid the hushed Sunday teas, someone's always speculating, will a statue of John Cook be erected? Will the Cook family ever step out of that shadow? Will Spurious Ville ever look the same? Finale. Let's get bizarrely digital. My dearest crumb collectors of spurious gossip, if you've been luxuriating in the scandalous whispers of Spurious Ville, do indulge me in a strange, modern ritual. Slap that subscribe like it's your best friend, hug that like button till it squeals, spill your secrets in the comments, and ring that notification bell, whatever that mystical contraption means. Until next time, this has been the Spurious Observer. Stay nosy, stay scandalous, and remember, the next dark secret could be hiding right behind your own garden gate.